What is going on, LBHT crew? B, what's going on?
Not a whole lot, man. Apparently, we got some schedule news.
Oh, we got some schedule news, and look, I just changed the background on you guys.
Wow,
See,
it's like magic.
just like magic. Boom! It just happened. It just happened. Yeah, what's going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday, and it's a very special Wednesday. It is my birthday eve. Oh yeah. Oh, look at this. Oh, QT0. He just subscribed to the channel. Thank you for subscribing. He says, keep pounding. He is a Panthers fan. Thank you for
What's up,
joining the
Zero?
live stream. Oh, man, Derek Weatherly, a patron, is in the house. What up, crew and fam? Thank you for joining the live stream. Eric L., another patron, is in the house. What's
What's
up,
up,
Big
Eric?
Thomas? Okay. All right. Everybody's coming in here. Yeah. So we wanted to look. We got plenty of things to discuss as always. But the main thing we're going to talk about is the schedule. The schedule is going to be released here officially in about an hour. But some stuff has been leaked already. Oh, Eric Ellis said, "Happy birthday! Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Thank you very much." Yeah. Oh, Yazar is in the house. Thank you for joining the live stream. Everybody's in
What's
here.
up, man?
Felipe
Felipe. Okay.
Marino. Okay. What's up?
Zero working on getting kicked out already.
Stop the slander. Okay, this is how it starts, Panthers fans. You guys always do this, right? You always do this. And the last video that we put out, you guys need to watch it because we need more views on it. The last video we put out, I made a prediction about you Panthers fans. All right, I said by week five, you're gonna do Darnold like you did Teddy Bridgewater. You're gonna be calling for another quarterback. All right. So, but yeah, okay, all right. So you guys are coming in here. We got some NFL schedule to discuss. We'll recap the Canelo and Billy Joe Saunders fight. We have a college football news story. It's college sports story.
Yeah.
We don't cover college sports on here for a particular reason, and this story is going to be one of those reasons why we don't. All right, but before we do anything, we'd like to start the show with a Black History fact. If you're new here, take a minute to hit that like button and also subscribe, okay? Because we do this show every Wednesday at 7 p.m. It's lots of fun. We also do an overtime show immediately after that. If you want to take part of that, it's right above me. Patreon.com/LBHT show. Sign up to be a member. We have a $3 tier and $10 tier. I'll get more into that later on in the show. But B has a Black History fact, and he's going to share it with you right now.
Well, this week is more of a Black History recommendation. Before we get to that, Felipe Marino is wishing Jose a happy birthday.
Felipe, thank you.
Yeah, Jose's birthday is tomorrow, so we're not, we don't have a show, so we want to wish him happy birthday tonight.
Appreciate it.
So, like I said, it's going to be more of a recommendation than a straight up Black History fact. I think most people know about the Harlem Renaissance. I think maybe, a lot of people don't know how that came about or some of the history behind it. Harlem was supposed to be an upper class white neighborhood, and they kind of, tried to build too much too fast, right? And so they couldn't get enough people in, and so they're tenants who couldn't, or landlords who couldn't get tenants, basically. Yeah. And, got kind of desperate and started looking to some middle class Black families, right. Which made it very much not a white neighborhood anymore. They left. And around at the same time, Black people in the South started moving away from the South and spreading, across the country. It was called the Great Migration. Early on in the Great Migration, Harlem was a big time destination, and a lot of artists came together. Webb Du Bois, Langston Hughes, or Neil Hurston, and various others. And, it was really a kind of a cultural boom that went on in Harlem, right up until around the mid 30s. And, kind of ended with the start of the stock market crash and the start of the Great Depression. But the Great Migration actually went on for several more decades. And that's where my recommendation is coming in. If you don't know about the Great Migration and you want to learn more about it, Isabel Wilkerson released a book in 2010 called The Warmth of Other Suns. It's a great story. It's told through the story of three people who were actually part of the Great Migration at various points. So, if you like to read, and especially if you don't like to read, pick it up and give it a chance. Shonda Rhimes is actually supposed to be adapting that into a series as well, but had to make Bridgerton first. So yeah, but I don't, I don't think there's any set release date yet at this point. But check the book out and learn something.
All right, give me 1 second here. I'm gonna come off screen for a second. I got a little technical difficulty.
Oh my god! All right.
But, so let's get right in. I'll pull up the next topic. I'll pull up the next topic here. Boom. Ravens and Panthers 2001 schedule. Let's get into it.
What's up? Noah Driscoll's in the house wishing you a happy birthday. King of Pugo, how you doing? Yeah, so like as I said, the NFL schedule is coming out tonight at 8 p.m. But as happens every year, it starts to get leaked throughout the day. Baltimore is actually going to be opening up their season against the Raiders on Monday night. Carolina opening up against the Jets in week 1. So we got a couple of big-time revenge games going on to start the season. Carolina obviously has Sam Darnold, who they got from New York. So he's going to be playing against his former team who drafted him number 3 overall. What's going on, Davon? And there are, I think, right now 4 former Ravens playing for the Las Vegas Raiders. You got Yannick Ngakoue, you got Darren Waller, you've got John Brown, and now I'm blanking on the 4th. There was another one.
You said Waller and Ngakoue,
John Brown,
Willie Snead.
There it is.
That's right.
So yeah, so a couple big time revenge games coming in week 1.
Yeah. All right. Let's get through my happy birthday shout outs. Noah Driscoll, thank you for joining the live stream. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, I know your middle name's Jose. I seen your that's your handle on IG, I believe, right? Mm-hmm. I think it's in there somewhere. King of Pugo's in the house. He told you happy birthday, but he met me. I appreciate that.
Thank you, King. No, he told me. I'm trying to jump in on that.
Davon's in the house. Yes. Oh, I know this is about to be good. Yes, LBHT crew. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he's told me happy birthday. I appreciate that. Zeke Okage is in the house. What's going on?
What's up, Zeke?
Appreciate you coming through. Yazar says happy birthday. I appreciate that. Davon says happy birthday. Taurus makes sense. That's right. You know whose birthday is today? It's Steve Smith.
Yeah, whatever.
A fellow Taurus. Okay. Fellow Taurus. That's right.
Whatever.
So yeah, okay. So you discussed the matchups for week 1.
Yeah, D3 says the NFL is petty with these revenge games.
Yeah. So revenge game for Sam Darnold, and this is also a big game week 1 for the Panthers.
It is.
We don't know how good or bad the Jets are going to be, but we're kind of working under the assumption that they're not going to be great in year 1, mm-hmm. right? With this new regime, new quarterback, and everything. So the Panthers, for some of the fan base, they kind of look at it as you have your quarterback and you have weapons. They made some moves on the O-line. You should be a little bit more set. They invested in the defense a little bit more. Not saying you're a Super Bowl contender, but you shouldn't be losing to teams like the Jets. You know what I mean?
In theory, yeah.
In theory,
but
yes,
Carolina's the youngest team in the league. They're
yes.
relying on a lot of rookies in important positions. And, Sam Darnold, who has not been good at all throughout his career in the most important position. So like you said, it's a big deal for them to come out and play well early and get off to a good start.
Yeah.
I mean, if they go out there and they get beat by the Jets, I think it has the potential to kind of snowball a little bit on them.
Yeah. And for the Ravens, I think this is going to be a fun opening week game. I think we're going to beat them. I don't think there's much danger of us losing to them. I mean, look,
that's how losses happen right there.
That is how losses happen. I know. But Monday night, I think they're going to go out there and take care of business. So it should be fun. And it's not a doubleheader. I was afraid that was going to be a doubleheader because, look, as you guys know, tomorrow's my birthday and I'm older. Okay. I don't like staying up for those double headers anymore. I don't want to stay up until 1:00 in the morning watching football like that. Okay. So 8:00, that's a fine time. We can watch it, and I can get to bed at a reasonable time. Attitude Pop is in the house. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. They want to say, you purchased a flight for what? What'd you purchase a flight for?
Oh, you heading to Vegas?
Oh, okay. Okay.
I mean, I saw Engraven talking about it. He said them game tickets were up to like 700.
Oh.
Well, so I feel like you're just going to Vegas, right? You're not going to the game.
Well, yeah, okay, yeah, he's going to Vegas. Hey, man, be safe out there. Take pictures. You know, share them with us. Share them with us.
Yeah.
You know, post them on your IG and tag us. You know.
What's up, Mr. J?
Mr. J the Sixth. What's going on? Appreciate you coming through. Okay, now the rest of the schedule officially has not come out yet. It doesn't come out until 8 p.m., which was technically when the show is supposed to be done.
Yeah.
Now, we always stay a little bit later for bonus time, so we'll probably get into it. Now, I'm gonna give you guys the choice. We could be responsible and wait for the official schedule to come out, or we could be irresponsible and go over the leak schedule. What do you guys say? Living Legend, what's going on? What's going on? Living Legend, what say you? Go ahead. Responsible, irresponsible. Which one? You pick. Zico Kage wants to know, for both of y'all, which games are you guys looking forward to? I always look forward to the Steelers games.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to that first game to see how Darnold reacts going up against his former team, and just how he fits in with the Panthers this year. I'm looking forward to them playing Washington because I like Ron Rivera. I want to see how Curtis Samuel looks outside of Carolina. I was about to say with a competent organization, but he ain't there. But yeah, I mean,
more competent.
I can't even give him that. But this is a year where every game is going to be kind of a different story. So I'm kind of looking forward to all of them.
Okay. Mr. J the Sixth says irresponsible, of course. Davon says, let's talk leak. Noah says, leak the schedule.
Attitude going for leak too.
Oh, Caleb's in the house. What's going on, Caleb? He says irresponsible.
What's up, Caleb?
Living legend. Both. That's what I'm talking about. There you go.
That's why he's a legend.
Yes. Okay. Irresponsible has it. Derek says, curious if any other Roaring Riot members are here. Real ones, no. Okay. Irresponsible. Troy says, happy birthday, Jose. Hope everyone's doing good tonight. I appreciate that, Troy.
Thanks for coming through, Troy.
I had to slow down, make sure I didn't call you Tony, because I always get your name wrong. But Troy, I appreciate you coming through. All right, it is leak schedule time. Now I'm gonna go ahead and credit / point fingers if this is wrong to Barstool Banks. That's where I got this from. So I'm gonna say it a few times through this stream. Barstool Banks. That's what I got from Barstool Banks. So if any of this is wrong, you can go to @Barstool Banks. So
what's up, Ferris? What's up, Jay Will? No, the Chiefs game is not confirmed, I don't think, but that's part of the league schedule. But we'll see pretty soon. Ferris, what you missed was the tweet I sent you earlier asking if you had a good night. That's what you missed.
Yeah, man.
I didn't see any response.
Just checking on you, Ferris.
Yeah.
I mean,
I want to see how you doing, man.
You just want to know if you happen to catch that contest before
the New York professional basketball contest.
The professional basketball contest between the New York Knickerbockers and the Los Angeles Lakers, the Lakers of Los Angeles. I was we were wondering if you saw that. All right. We already know about the Vegas game. That's a win. Okay. And look, we already did this video. I already gave you my predictions, but let's break it down. Let's go over it again, and you guys can tell us what you think. Chiefs week two. I already don't like this. I'm hoping this is fake. I don't like this at all.
Right.
Week 2, man, and it's at home. I don't like that at all. We don't even get a banged up Pat Mahomes.
But you get a week off after that.
Yeah,
At
yeah,
Detroit.
yeah. We get the bad taste out of my mouth early. Okay, all right. Week 3 at Detroit, at Denver. Week 4, I like that. Colts Monday Night Football. Wait, we got 2 Monday Night Football games.
Caleb, do you also hate the Ravens? You also hate Lamar Jackson? What's going on?
Not gonna win in Vegas. Okay, Caleb. Okay. All right. He's still salty about last year. Look, man, last year's done with. Okay, it's over with. At least Dez didn't score on you guys. Okay. For y'all who don't know, Caleb is a Cowboys fan.
Attitude Pop says Engraven had the same and said the schedule is real. Okay.
Okay. 2 Monday Night Football games. Nice. And a Sunday Night Football game.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Hey, I'll go with it. And I like those string of matchups after the Chiefs. Detroit, Denver, Colts, Chargers, Bengals. We got 3 straight home games too.
Yeah.
I see a 6-1 start before the bye. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep.
There's a couple tough games in there.
Yes. Yeah.
The Chargers are going to be tough for sure. Denver's going to be tough. I think the Colts will be
tough.
Fairly tough. I mean, that's another one of those. It depends how Carson's feeling that week. But yeah, I mean, I think they lose to the Chiefs. I'm going to say they drop one other one. They got to drop one other one, right? There.
No, they don't have to. They don't have to.
Okay. I mean, touche. They don't have to, but I'm saying they do.
Yeah, I like that. I like 6-1 before the bye. And man, I'll feel good and bad at the same time because 6-1, Greg Roman ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
He ain't going nowhere.
Well, look, his fate is going to come down to how they do in the playoffs.
Well, I mean, during the season, like if we start out, I mean, we start out 3-4, he's toast. He's not finishing the season. But yeah, it'll depend on how we do in the postseason, whether he stays past this year. But 6-1 start, he'll make it through the whole season.
Yeah.
Now after the bye, Vikings, I like that at home.
Oh, you're not gonna like that when Kellen Mond takes over for Kirk Cousins around week 4, and you got to face the new phenom.
Yeah.
Jay asking why the Chiefs game is so early in the season, man. I don't know. Like you gotta save that stuff.
Yeah. Living Legend says he's betting on Ravens in Vegas. Okay. Caleb says don't hate. We're not hating, Caleb. We're not hating.
No, he says he don't hate. Which is just a bold faced lie.
Yeah, that's not true. Attitude Pop says that's right. Engraven head. Okay, yeah, you said that already. All right. Mr. Rose is in the house. Thank you for joining the live stream, Mr. Rose. And Ravens roster, I see you. He said, "Let's go, fellas." All right. So, all right, Vikings win at Miami Thursday night. Win. That'll be a little tough though.
You gotta take the home team on Thursdays.
No, we're going Ravens. Win. At Chicago is gonna be tough, guys. At Chicago is gonna be tough. If I had to pick a loss, all right, that'd be the one that I would pick. All right, and this is going to be week 11. Justin Fields will be up to speed on the playbook and everything, and him and Al Robinson will have developed some chemistry. And the defense is already tough. That's a tough one. So, yeah, I'm going to go Chicago there.
Mr. J saying Sam Darnold and Robbie Anderson better expose the Jets' corners. This is a week 1 game for Carolina. Our defensive tackle should eat. I'm interested in seeing Burns on Becton. Man, I'm more interested in seeing them move Burns away from Becton so he can get to Zach Wilson. I'm not sure I want to have him running into Becton's chest all day and get tossed to the ground.
Yeah. All right. Browns.
Attitude. We keep saying the Chiefs are going to beat you because they beat you every time.
Yeah.
I mean, I certainly hope it's going to be different, but I mean,
yes, absolutely.
It's tough to pick against that one.
Listen. Too early. Let me bring this down for a second because you guys need to see my face with this. Okay, you need to see my face. Listen, week 2 is too early to be playing the Chiefs. It's too early. These guys just got embarrassed in the Super Bowl, so they're going to come out hot, angry. with something to prove. Like they're gonna be playing with some fire from the jump. Now, I would have felt a little bit better about this if it was closer towards the end of the season. Some players got dinged up. The team, we might catch them when they're kind of hitting the wall a little bit. It happens to every team. But at the start of the season, they're going to be out there trying to prove a point.
Living Legend said we got to beat the Chiefs at some point. Yeah, I mean, you got to beat them at some point. I'm going to say save it for the playoffs. Not
yeah. Absolutely. Week 2, I mean, we're going to hate going through it. But, as long as we can get things together by playoff time, for sure. There's other things we're going to beat the Chiefs. All right, man. Yeah, I hope so. All right. Okay. We'll bring up the rest of the schedule. All right. Browns Sunday Night Football win. Steelers at home win. At Cleveland win. Man, we got to play the Browns, Steelers, and Browns 3 weeks in a row. I don't know.
And then the Bengals.
I don't know about.
Don't leave them off. That's a pretty tough close to the season right there. Browns, Steelers, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Packers, and Rams. Yeah, that's a tough stretch, especially if they're fighting for a division championship or wild card or anything.
Wait a minute, this is wrong. Where's the
What's up, Shug?
Oh, it's cut off. That's why I was like, wait, where's the second Steelers game? That's because I have it cut off from the ticker.
Yeah,
there it is.
Yeah, so that's a very tough close to this season. So they better stack up on wins early.
I think I predicted we're going to beat Cleveland twice. I'm sticking to it. I think we're going to beat Cincinnati twice. Those last 3 games could be L's. Those last 3. No, we're not going to lose 3 in a row. So I'm going to have to amend this a little bit. Look, any of these, I mean, Cleveland or Cincinnati on the road, either one of those teams could beat us.
Shug is not a big fan of your prediction about beating the Steelers at home.
So you think you're gonna sweep us? Yeah, Steelers at home win. Stop it, Jose. Not your home, at our home. You think you're gonna sweep us? I don't think so. I mean, like for the Steelers with Big Ben, it's day to day. It's week to week. Okay, like I mean, these games are towards the end of the season. We might be talking about Dwayne Haskins as your quarterback. So I mean, do you feel good about that shit?
And it might be an upgrade. King of Pugo saying 13-4 at best, 11-6 at worst. Attitude 14-3. Living Legend 12-5. Okay, I believe I had them going 12-5 as well. I think that's probably where they end up. 12-5, 13-4, right in there.
Wow, 14-3, that'd be great. Yeah, I said 13-4, Jay Will. That's what I picked. That's what I predicted. King of Pugo says, don't care if Rodgers stays. We beat the Packers and the Rams.
They can. I mean, it's just those are two very tough games. Is all.
So this is, and I said this in our Ravens video. The good news about the Rams and Matt Stafford is Matt Stafford rarely beats teams with winning records. So by then we will have established ourselves as a winning team, and it's a home game.
It doesn't even matter if you're established as a winning team. Like he can see that coming. He doesn't beat teams that finish with winning records.
Yeah.
He knows. Yeah. He knows.
Man, you guys are confident. We're beating the Packers. Okay, Packers are really good, man.
Yeah, they are.
I would encourage you to go and watch some of the games from last year. That is also a revenge game because Zadarius Smith is on the team.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Yep, Stab Pafford. That's right. Stab Pafford gonna throw us the ball. I could definitely see
that's one of my favorite nicknames. I love that one.
10-7 on the safe side, counting injuries, and I know we are going to lose a couple of games. We should win due to your youth.
10-7 is safe?
That's not safe. 10-7 is we're on the bubble.
Well, he's talking about Carolina.
Oh, Carolina. Oh yeah. He's talking about yeah. You're a Carolina fan. My bad, Mr. J. 10-7. Mr. J, I am curious to know which 10 games you think you're gonna win. I'm just curious because I tried to be the positive one between the two of us with you guys' team, and I had you guys going 8-9. You know what? I take it back, Mr. J. You guys can pull out 2 more wins. I believe in y'all. You sold me, Mr. J. You sold me.
I was trying to be optimistic, and I gave them, what was it, 8 wins, 7 wins?
Here we go. Shig says we're sweeping the leg. Okay. All right. Here we go, Shig. Man, your quarterback, look, you're going to have to be carting out Big Ben out there probably by week 5.
Yeah. Jay Will asking if we think it's still a possibility the Ravens go after Julio. I don't really think so. I think they're done at wide receiver.
That would shock me. In a very joyful way. That would shock me.
Yeah, I absolutely still think they should. They've got a lot of draft picks next year. They can make that happen, but I don't see it.
If they did, that would mean, Boykin and, Duvernay, somebody else would be on the move, right? Probably in that trade, or they move, they trade those guys somewhere else. So it could happen. I'm not going to completely shut the door on that, but I don't see it.
Ain't nobody trading for Miles Boykin.
And if they do, if they do trade for Julio, that sends the message that we are trying to win right now. And DaCosta does not want to hear any excuses. He's saying, look, I'm giving you guys all the weapons on offense. Okay. The defense is fine. You guys need to go out there and finish. And if they don't finish, some jobs are going to be on the line.
Yeah. I think they're very happy with what they've done at wide receiver with Bateman and Wallace and Sammy Watkins. I don't see them adding anyone else. We possibly, as was discussed, possibly Zach Ertz. If he goes for a late pick or he gets cut or something like that. But I think they're done at wide receiver.
Yeah. Okay. So Panthers, B, you had them going what?
I believe I had them going 8-9 or 7-10. Honestly,
you had them going 7-10. I had them going 8-9.
Honestly, I think it'll be less than that, but I was trying to be optimistic. I don't think that. They're the youngest team in the league, and they've got some major question marks. I don't think that they're going to be consistent enough to be much better than that. Okay.
Yeah, you're probably right. But I like Mr. J's prediction.
Especially since they don't practice 2-minute drills or red zone offense.
Oh, you want to talk about that?
I saw some people were mad at Bridgewater. They blamed him. Like he's saying that they didn't practice it. Like you have a very inexperienced coaching staff. They didn't know what they were doing. With everything, and that's to be expected. They have a lot to learn, and that's the process they're going through right now. There's going to be growing pains.
Now, why are they mad at that statement? Like, first of all, he's not lying about it. Yeah. He's not. He kind of criticized them last year about the 2-minute offense, and he's kind of reiterating that. And of course, you have Matt Rule, who came from college. Your offensive coordinator came from college as well. Well, both of them, the coordinator and the both coordinators came from college. And in college, there's no 2-minute warning, right? And they have a hurry up offense, but in college, the clock stops on every first down. So it's just completely different. And if you're not used to that kind of play, it's easy for me to think, or see them forgetting to implement that in their coaching strategy.
And we got a cash app from Eric. He says, for stellar work, big timers. Thank you very much, Eric. Appreciate you, man.
Eric, he out here supporting every week, man. We appreciate you, Eric. Thank you very much. Thank you. And also, this would be a good time to go ahead and plug our Patreon. If you're new here, if you're new here and you like what you see, man, appreciate you for coming through. Be sure to hit the like button. Everybody hit the like button. All right. And also subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. And if you want to support the show, like Eric L supports, like Davon supports, all right, Shug, Ferris, we have a bunch of patrons in here, man. I really appreciate you guys. You can go right here, patreon.com, patreon.com/LBHT show. Okay. We have 2 tiers, $3 tier, $10 tier. For the $3 tier and $10 tier, you get access to our overtime show, which is going to happen right after this show. And that is a lot of fun. You do not want to miss that. We talk about anything and everything. So if you want to just continue the conversation after bonus time, we give you a little taste of what the overtime show is. You can talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. So that's after this show. And then for the $3 tier, we have a Pick'ems League for the upcoming regular season. And the winner of that's going to get a trophy. And for the $10 tier, you can do Pick'ems League and Fantasy Football League. And the winner of the Fantasy Football League is going to get a championship belt. So, we're going to have a lot of fun this year, man. Okay. And also, for a limited time, get your shiny coins. Okay. These are limited founding member coins. And we got some patrons in the chat room right now that have these coins, and you can go on their Instagrams and whatnot and see them sporting their founders coins. That's for that. So that's for the Patreon, and like Eric L just did, if you want to give us a super chat, hold on, B. If you want to give us a super chat, right above B, that's our Cash App. We don't do super chats right now. $ LBHT show. Okay, just leave a donation, leave your comment, and we'll read it on air. That'll be your highlighted comment. And I will put up the link if you like the merch. If you want to look like Nino B over there, Nino Brown B. Okay, you can go to the store right here, lbhtshow.com/shop. All right, we got all kinds of merch on there, so check it out. If you like what you see, go ahead and make that purchase, and that goes right back into the show. All right, we appreciate you guys. Which comment you reading, B?
Fair saying he thinks 17 games is stupid, and asking if I saw the Formula One race this past weekend. I did not actually see it, man. I woke up too late. I tried to put it on. It said it was still live, but it just kept playing Sports Center. I did not catch it.
Oh man, Eric is in the house. What's up?
What's up, Eric?
Thanks for coming through, man. Appreciate you.
17 games. Like, I don't like it, but for me, it's not a huge deal. I do like the one aspect of it, which is that there won't be any 500 teams anymore. I mean, unless you go 8-1, I guess.
8-1. Yeah, Derek showed you the way.
It's not actually 500, but
Yeah. Mr. J says, I honestly believe 10-7 is our area. Our defense should be able to carry the offense again until Sam is ready. Our cornerback trio, Horn, Bouye, D-Jack is nice, and Spidey and Reddick should win their 1v1. Look, nice young defense, but I don't think it's enough.
Counterpoint, Sam Darnold's not going to be ready, and Carolina can't really block. And so the defense won't actually be able to carry them.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't get me wrong. I love what they've done on defense. I love the talent on defense. I don't think it's enough to win them games consistently.
Yeah,
but if this is the thing, like if Sam Darnold turns it around, and if Brady Christensen can play, and if Deontay Brown can play, and if J.C. Horn can play, and if the Hassan Reddick and Ryan Burns and Gross Matos all develop, then they can be a good team. But it's too many ifs to expect a good season. Yeah.
So, but that's why they play the games, right? That's why they play the games, and we're just making predictions. So,
remember when everybody thought the Rams season was over because Trent Green got hurt?
Yeah,
and then Kurt Warner won MVP.
Yeah, King of Pugo, we're thinking about it. He says, well, hold on, that's E. He says, let's go Hollywood Brown this the year home. Yeah, okay, man. We don't believe you. He does not like Hollywood Brown. He's trolling us right now. Pugo says, y'all might as well stay live and react to the schedule.
We're gonna be live, King. We'll be live on the overtime show.
Yeah. Maybe if it gets put out during the bonus time, we try to do about 10-15 minutes after our hour show to just hang out and talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. So if they put it out by then, we'll discuss it. Otherwise, it'll be on the overtime show. Derek says Panthers picking top 5 next year. Okay. I'm
gonna be so mad if they're picking a quarterback next year and they just could have taken Justin Fields.
Whew. Yeah. Yeah, the schedule drops at 8 p.m.
What's up, Click One?
Click one. What's going on? Thank you for joining the live stream. All right. So we have a couple other topics that we want to talk about, and then we'll finish up, some more Ravens or whatever you guys want to talk about. So last week, I asked you guys if any of you guys were bold enough to pick Billy Joe Saunders versus Canelo, and there were no takers. And I was thinking,
that's not true.
No. There was two. It was Derek. It was Derek and Noah. It was Derek and Noah. And I was going to do a surprise giveaway for you guys because there was only two of you. I said, okay, if he pulls off the upset, I get you guys some merch. And for a while, for 2 glorious rounds, it looked like, man, maybe Billy Joe Saunders is figuring some things out here. Maybe. And then he got his face broken.
Okay, you got to give it a little more context than that. Like
he got his face broken.
Ducked directly into an uppercut that Canelo had been trying to land all night.
Man,
and it immediately broke his face. His eyes swelled shut, and they stopped the fight. What's up, Don C?
Don C, what's going on? Appreciate you coming through.
Straight shut his eye up. Yes, he did.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was immediate. As soon as he got hit, his eye started swelling up. So something wasn't right.
And Canelo knew it also. Like if you were watching the fight, he landed the uppercut, and Billy Joe kind of stumbled back a little because obviously he was hurt. And from that moment on, Canelo was playing to the crowd, trying to pump everybody up because he knew the fight was over then.
Yeah. Z the Beast, what's going on? Thank you for coming through. He says, does it count as a TKO? Because if so, I predicted pretty well.
Yeah.
It's a technical knockout. He retired on his stool. He didn't come out for the 9th round, I believe. Yeah. He didn't come out for the 9th round. And it went pretty much how we thought it would go. What I didn't like is the announcers calling the fight and pretty much saying that Billy Joe Saunders had no heart, right? You don't know what's going on with him, and you're questioning his heart. Billy Joe Saunders is a champion, or was a champion.
An undefeated champion.
An undefeated champion. You don't make it that far with no heart. All right.
Who just moments before you were talking about he might be winning this fight.
Yes. Because he didn't look bad. He did not look bad in that fight. And there were a couple rounds where Canelo couldn't really figure him out. He's a very good fighter. And just because a fighter, he couldn't say what it was. Was it his orbital bone?
I haven't heard, but that was kind of the speculation that he might have broken his orbital bone, but I don't know.
Yeah. So, the point is, you don't know what's going on at the time. Stop talking about how, he didn't go out on his shield and all this stuff. Give me a break. Give me a break. If he can't go, he can't go. That's the fight. Which comment you reading, B?
Living Legend said he got his heart broke like Billy Ray Cyrus. That's not nice. He put on a much better performance than I was expecting. I thought he was going to get knocked out sooner.
Spirit of Justice says Billy no mas. Yeah.
Ferris we got the Panthers and Giants in week 7 apparently.
Panthers, Giants, week 7. Who you got, Ferris?
I figured you would have had enough against going up against my teams after last night.
Sam Cook wants to know our thoughts on the gas shortages. Give us a few minutes. We'll get to that. We want to get through some other stories and then in bonus time. Hold that thought, Sam. And thank you for joining the live stream. Let's see. I'm going through here. Click One wants to know, I didn't know if y'all talked about this, but when we playing Kansas City? Yep, week 2.
Week 2.
I think that's too soon. I think that's too soon. It's
too soon for Baltimore because I don't think that Bateman and Wallace and even Ben Cleveland will kind of be up to speed. But it's also too soon for the NFL. Why do you have that game in week 2?
Yeah. All right, so that's pretty much it for the Canelo fight. There was one other fight of interest. It was early on the undercard with the 2 heavyweights, Frank Sanchez and I forget the other guy's name.
What was it?
Is it Aguilera?
Aguilera, yeah.
Aguilera was the one that took the worst dive ever. He didn't take a dive as in like, hey, I'm faking this to throw the fight for the other guy. he took a dive thinking he was going to get a DQ because he was getting beat.
But the thing is, like, he wasn't getting beat up. Like, he was losing the fight. But I mean, he had a few moments in there, and then he just got tired of it. He said, "I don't want to do this anymore." And there was kind of a wraparound punch where the glove, it bounced off his shoulder and then grazed the back of his head.
And graze is generous.
I'm trying to be generous because I don't like to accuse people of faking injuries.
I'm not even sure if the glove actually touched him. Grazed the back of his head, and my man, he put on a performance. He was, oh, my head. He ran into the turnbuckle, fell down, rolled around on the ground, and then laid stiff.
Yeah, he did the Aljamain Sterling of, all right, I'm getting up. No, I'm not. No, I can't. Oh my
god. Andy Ruiz fight. What happened with Andy Ruiz first? He fought.
You remember he got knocked down and then he came back and he won the fight, but after he cut the weight and everything. Yeah, I mean he had a good night. Oh, a decent night.
Okay. No, I thought he meant like there's something else that happened.
No.
He didn't look great. He didn't look great.
Okay, but he's not a great fighter, so you can't expect him to look great. So
that's true. Don C. Yeah, he definitely gave up.
Yeah. It was sad.
It was weird because he went down and the ref didn't count him. Didn't start counting. He was just like, get up.
Well, yeah, because he held the back of his head. He walked away. He leaned on the ropes for a minute, and then he went down. He was like, no, understand that I did not get knocked down. I am laying down.
And if you don't take a point away, I'm quitting. That's pretty much what he said. If you don't take a point away, I'm not fighting anymore.
Yeah, he said, I can fight, but you're not even taking a point away, so why?
Okay, all right.
Which he was making some pretty cogent arguments for a dude who was claiming that he couldn't continue because he got hit in the back of his
head. I'm a little groggy, but I mean, I can go. If you're not taking a point away, then I can't go. I don't know. Maybe he thought he was winning on points because
I think that's part of also what he thought. Like, I think he thought, okay, it'll be, they'll stop it and it'll go to either it'll be a DQ or it'll go to the cards and I'll win. But it wasn't that.
Davon said Billy Joe Saunders might actually be legally blind. Is that what they're saying? Or are you just saying that?
I feel like he's just saying that.
That's funny. Okay. Yeah, he was dropping his hands and showboating. That's right. He was, but that's when he looked his best.
Oh, my God. It might be real. They got a bunch of people tweeting about Billy Joe right now.
Yikes. Yeah. It was bad, man. It was bad. I mean, even Canelo said he knew right away that he broke something.
Yeah.
Look, Attitude Pop. I saw that comment already. I saw it. Yes. Tom wants to play until he's 50. He's not going to play till he's 50, though. All right. What are you reading? You reading the story on
I'm looking at the tweets. Some people are saying he might be forced to retire, but it doesn't look like anything actually official here.
Okay. Look, if he retired, he had a pretty good career. He held the belt for a while, And if that's your only loss to Canelo, one of the all-time greats, that's pretty good career, man. Now, we're gonna talk some college. This is college sports, but we have college football in mind. This is what really applies to. Me and B, we grew up college fans of college football, college basketball. But when we started this podcast, YouTube channel, what have you, we decided we weren't going to really cover college sports because the NCAA, it was just a little too shady for us, man. Like, I mean, look, the NFL, NBA, like, you can make the case they're all shady for sure. But NCAA this past season, making these players play during a pandemic was just that was the last straw for us, man. Like, we didn't want to cover it, right? And stories like this story that we're about to talk about now just adds to why we just don't like the NCAA at all. Like, I wish it would go away completely, right? So Georgia just passed a law that's going to allow schools to take up to 75% of a player's endorsements. Because if you guys have been following, players, wanted to fight to get endorsements, right? So a lot of these states are now which I think California was the first, right, to allow players to
I
make.
believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's because of Ed O'Bannon. He filed a lawsuit against NCAA for using his likeness in a video game.
Yeah.
And players should absolutely be getting paid. I mean, they should be getting paid to play, let alone getting endorsements. I mean, they should be allowed to get their own endorsements, and that should have nothing to do with the school. But what Georgia decided to do is, hey, all right, you can get your endorsements, but we're going to take 75% of it, or we can. Any school in Georgia can take up to 75% of the endorsement. And I'll read what Yahoo Sports says here.
Okay, hold on one second. Just to update, Eddie Hearn said that Billy Joe Saunders was getting ready to have surgery today. This is a few days ago now, but he's going to have surgery on multiple fractures to his orbital bone, a complete blowout known as a quadrupod fracture.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Best of luck to Billy Joe there. I mean, that's pretty bad.
All right. So this is from Yahoo Sports, and I'll add a link after the show. It says the bill that Brian Kemp signed into law allows schools across the state to take up to 75% of an athlete's endorsement income. That cut would be deposited into a pool for all athletes at the school and then redistributed upon athletes' graduation. Mm-hmm. So they're taking 75% of the money a player earns and putting it in a pool for all the players to get upon graduation. Yeah. For somebody like, especially somebody like Kemp, I'm not, we're not getting political here, but somebody like Kemp who will tell you socialism and communism is evil. This is communism. This is communism. Okay. So imagine, and some of you guys might be working two jobs, right? Let's say you have a full-time job and then you got another part-time job, make some extra money, right? Hey, I just want to make a couple $100, another $400 a month or something like that. And you go to get your check and it's only $100 and you're like, hey, what happened to the other 300? Oh, your other company took it and they're going to disperse that amongst your coworkers. How would you feel about that? I mean, that's what's going on right here. That's what's going on right here. And these schools, the NCAA and these Power 5 conferences have created a cartel, right? Mm-hmm. They want to make sure that they have total control over their workers, and they want to squeeze as much production out of them without paying them, right? This shouldn't even be legal. This should be overturned by a federal court. Like, they should not be able to just take money earned outside of school. Like, a player's endorsement has nothing to do with the school,
right?
Nothing at all. This should not have happened. So I'm curious to see how far this goes, if they overturn this, or if some of these other SEC schools, especially, follow suit. So it's something to follow.
Yeah. Personally, I don't think this is something that's really going to catch on with a lot of other states. Schools, I don't think will do it, particularly larger schools, because that's gonna hurt you in recruiting if you're telling the players, hey, come here and play for Nick Saban and give us 75% of your money.
Yeah.
I don't think the schools will do it. But you're right. It is just another reason why I just can't get with watching college sports. You're bending over backwards to try to exploit these kids instead of just doing the thing that everyone knows you should be doing and writing them a check.
Yeah. Collegiate sports are, it is too corrupt, man. It is too corrupt. It's a multi-billion-dollar industry, mm-hmm. and they keep trying to say that they don't have money to pay players. That's just a bold-faced lie. They always have money to pay coaches. Coaches get they make record money every year. ADs make money. Everybody, announcers, everybody makes money except the workers. And my thing is, if you can't find a way to pay them, then disperse. don't have an organization, right? You can't put together. I mean, let's be real. It's a company, right? I mean, it's under the guise of amateur sports. It's not amateur. It's all professional. You just don't pay your workers.
Yeah.
So
So as everybody's saying in the chat here, the schedule has been released.
okay, the schedule has been released. Is it the same as what we put up, or did Barstool Banks put up something fraudulent?
I'm actually looking at the Panthers schedule right now, so I don't have the Ravens up.
What's the Panthers schedule?
The Panthers are starting off with the Jets, so that was correct. Then they're home for the Saints, at Houston, at Dallas, home for the Eagles, home for the Vikings, at the Giants, at the Falcons, home for the Patriots, at the Cardinals, home for the football team, at the Dolphins, home for the Falcons, at Buffalo, home for Tampa, at New Orleans, and at Tampa to close out the season. I kind of like their opening slate of games there. Yeah. Jets. I mean, the Saints are obviously a tough game. I mean, but we'll see how tough with Jameis at quarterback.
Yeah.
But Jets, Saints, Texans, Cowboys, Eagles. I mean, those are 5 winnable games there.
Davon says we have Chiefs in prime time. No.
Yes.
Wait. So is it week 2?
Sunday night.
Wait. Hold on. Because I'm not. Look. Hold on a second. So Barstool Banks lied to us. Where's the schedule here? Where's the schedule? I gotta pull this up. Leak tracker.
Derek Welly saying boosters always have cash for those coach buyouts. Yeah, and they got cash for new facilities and everything, but no cash for the players.
Yeah. You guys, let me know if we're playing Chiefs. So wait, are we playing Monday night and then Sunday night?
Possibly. I mean, why not?
Yeah. So click one. He says, of course, it's Georgia. Of all the SEC schools, I always got corrupt vibes from that school. Click one. It's every school.
Yeah.
It's every school that's in the Power 5, right? You cannot be a good team year in and year out in college without paying your players. These players get paid under the table. I mean, that's just what it is, right? It's not official, but they absolutely get paid. They've been getting paid. That's why you don't see a lot of players boycotting and refusing to play and making a big fuss about it, because they get their money under the table, and they're taken care of. But the problem is, these other schools that are not as big, not as competitive, they're still risking their bodies out there. They don't get the money. Or if you're a walk-on, not only do you not get paid, like you don't even get a scholarship.
No.
You know what I mean? And you can't go out and earn your own money. It's insane. So, but yeah, all these schools are dirty. And
it's not even just the good schools. I mean, you remember a few years ago in basketball, they had that huge investigation into a bunch of programs, and it was Auburn, LSU, Alabama, South Carolina. Like, they're not all great at the sport, but they cheat at the sport because you gotta keep up with everybody else.
Yeah. So, they need to either do away with the NCAA, which is what I think they should do, or just get rid of these ridiculous rules, right? The whole reason why they decided to not pay players, because initially they did. Colleges paid players. But a player got hurt. Or did he die?
He got hurt, and they didn't want to pay his medical bills, and so I forget the guy's name, but one guy who worked for the NCAA came up with the student athlete phrase, and they've been using that ever since. And even he came out against it years later. Saying there's no, they're not amateurs and they should be paid. But yeah, it was because they didn't want to pay for somebody's medical expenses.
Yeah, that's all it was. And they upheld that up till this day. And it just got to the point where look, obviously we still watch it here and there, especially when come draft time, we want to break down film of some of these players. But no, I mean, we're not big fans of college football anymore. I can't watch it week to week and just see these guys that aren't getting paid in any way. I just can't. I can't do that anymore. All right. You got Panthers. Oh, so you read the Panthers schedule. I'm looking for the Ravens because I need to know.
Yeah, so the Ravens are starting out Monday night against the Raiders and then going right into primetime again to play the Chiefs. So, I mean, man, if they don't show out in those 2 weeks, you got to be prepared for an avalanche of Lamar hate, no matter how he plays.
Yeah, I'm going to go a different route. I'm going to say fire Harbaugh right now. I can't see us losing to the Raiders. I mean, anything can happen, but I don't see us losing to the Raiders. But that Raiders game is very important. In the NFL, you do not want to start out 0-2. You do not want to start out 0-2. It's not a death sentence, but the odds are stacked against you, man. Like, your chances of making the playoffs drastically decrease. Although with this extra game, it's a little different now, right?
Yeah.
It's a little different, but traditionally starting out 0-2 it's a very hard thing to overcome. But yeah, the Chiefs, man. Look, if we beat the Chiefs, that would be great. But that first game, definitely have to have that. I think we're gonna have it. But man, why is the NFL trying to set us up?
And here come the excuses already. It is May 12th.
No.
You talking about the NFL setting you up?
No, man, they setting us up. Yeah, Jay Will, what's going on? Ravens don't play Steelers until December. What's going on with that? What's up with that? Okay, I know what they're trying to do.
Those games to matter.
Yeah, why can't we play the Steelers in week 2? Yes, King of Pugo, we could be 6-1 at the bye. That's what I think. That's what I called. All right. Let's see. All right. Let's get into the bonus time. We'll do the bonus show for a few minutes, and then we'll go to the overtime show. All right. We're starting bonus time a little early.
That's right, Ferris. Orlando Brown Jr. revenge game.
Orlando. Yeah. All these games are revenge games. All of them. Do any of our players have to get revenge on anybody? Well, Sammy Watkins. How about that? Sammy Watkins revenge.
I'm taking Orlando in that one. Sammy doesn't believe in the concept of revenge.
Guys, you know what? I might amend my my picks here. I think we're gonna beat the Chiefs. I'm starting to think we can beat the Chiefs. Look, it's only going to be week 2, so Sammy Watkins is going to be available, and he's going to want to show out.
I don't think he will. I don't think he cares.
I think he does. I think he wants to show out, and
he knew he wasn't going to get re-signed if he didn't show out last year. He didn't.
And it's a home game. And it's a home game. Ooh.
You know what you sound like right now? You sound like Owe fans. Talking yourself into the pick.
So look. It's early. We're doing our early and reckless predictions, right? So I'm just having fun with it. But I just want you guys to know, last year, I didn't actually pick the Ravens to lose any game. When we did our week-to-week predictions, our pre-game shows, I didn't pick them to lose in any of those games. So I'm just saying, be on the lookout for more.
Yeah, Mr. J saying we can split with Tampa and the Saints. The Falcons, I can see us sweeping. I can see Cam having a Steve Smith-type performance against us. Washington, we can beat. Bills and Dolphins defense may overwhelm us. I agree with most of that. I'm picking Tampa to sweep Carolina, but yeah, I mean, they can get one of those games for sure. And I think, even outside of Cam having that kind of revenge game, I mean, New England's just going to be much, much better this year than they were last year. They put a lot of work into that team. But yeah, and Washington, yeah, obviously they can beat Washington, but I think that Curtis Samuel's going to have a big, big game that week. I really do.
I think you guys are going to beat Washington. So
Jay Wilson, Owe going to dog walk Orlando Brown. Y'all don't like Orlando Brown no more? Because, I mean, I remember when I said that Orlando Brown's not an elite tackle, I got nothing but hate for that. But now he puts on that red jersey, and all of a sudden he's a scrub.
Listen, man, let me ask you guys something. Why do you guys think Owe is going to be great? Like, why? Like, well, we got some harsh comments about our grades on the draft, but why do you think Owe is going to be great? We were told that we need to watch more tape on him. Which game? Just show us the game that you want us to watch that made you a believer in Owe. Which game was it that you looked at and said, man, you see how he dominated? Yeah, he can do that in the pros. All right. Just tell me.
I like that living legend. I like that. This is the Owe.
We might have to steal that living legend. We'll talk. Wait, go there. What are you talking about, E? I missed that. Oh, Fair says, here we go again. Yeah, like what are you seeing in him? What are you seeing in him to make you think like dog walk Orlando Brown? I mean, I don't think Orlando Brown is the best tackle out there, but I think he's not going to manhandle Owe because Owe's not going to be on the field that often.
But when he is, he will get manhandled.
Yeah,
by Orlando Brown.
Yeah.
And that's not even anything bad about Owe. I mean, Orlando Brown is a massive, massive human being, and Owe is not. And Owe is inexperienced, and he will get crushed going up against Orlando Brown.
Yeah. Attitude Pop says, you hear Colin Cowherd say Lamar is not elite. I mean, look, we don't listen to Colin Cowherd at all. I mean, he has to say something that pops up, on our timeline on Twitter or something like that for us to know that he said something. But we don't listen to him at all. Who cares? Says Josh Allen is and can and like Duke Colin needs to give up. Look, that's his job to say ridiculous stuff. That's how he gets noticed.
And to be fair, everybody's takes except for ours are 85% wrong.
That's right.
I mean, that's a thing in media, and people just need to accept that. Like doing predictions is you're not going to hit at a high rate.
The thing about mainstream media now is you don't really get honest opinions, right? You get scripts, you get scripted opinions. Mm-hmm. So they have pre-production meetings and they just go over the script. You're going to say this, I'm going to argue this. You know what I mean?
Just to carry that Orlando Brown going down.
Okay. Man, y'all putting a lot of faith in a guy with no sacks.
and it suddenly feels like Kansas City might have overpaid.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So did Kansas City really fleece us, or did they get fleeced? Oh, okay. Here we go.
Oh Lord, Jay Will.
Here we go. I was waiting for this. Jalen Ferguson had great college tape, and Danielle Hunter was trash at LSU. Now, before you respond, B, because I know what you're gonna say. Mm-hmm. Jay Will, my question was, what is it on Odafe Always tape that makes you believe he is going to be a great player? Don't bring up Ferguson. Ferguson has nothing to do with Owe. Bring it here. So B has a counter to that point. B has a counter to that point.
Well, Danielle Hunter wasn't trash at LSU, but more to the point, he went in the third round. Owe did not.
Right.
Yeah. Jalen Ferguson. Yeah, he had great. I wouldn't even say he had great college tape. He played against a lower level of competition and he racked up a lot of sacks. But he also went in the third round, not in the first round.
No.
Why do you think that Owe is a good pick in the first round?
And also, Jay Will, what are you trying to say about Jalen Ferguson? Are you saying he can't play?
Jose. All of us, everyone except for you, is saying that Jalen Ferguson can't play.
But why do you say he can't play? What is it that he's not doing that makes you say he can't play?
While you ponder that, we'll say, "What's up to Mr. Ricketts?"
Mr. Ricketts is in the house. What's going on? Now, look. First of all, no, it's all good, Keenan, man. Thank you for joining the live stream. Jalen Ferguson gonna break out this year, okay?
Oh yeah.
Y'all said the same thing about Paul Kruger, and then Paul Kruger had his best year up to that point. The year we won the Super Bowl, okay, and then we let him go. He's gonna step up this year. He's gonna get more playing time than Owe. I bet you that. He said, Davon says, apparently not enough to get on the field. No, he didn't do enough to get on the field. Andrew says, as far as Owe goes, we just have to hope he ends up being good, at least if not great, and makes a good impact. Just me being honest. No, absolutely. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Me not liking the Owe pick doesn't mean I'm not rooting for Owe. I am rooting for Owe, and I will be hyped if he turns out to be really good. I want to be wrong about him, but
Living Legend says Wink gonna scheme Owe into sacks. Trust me. Why didn't he just do that for Judon and Ngakoue and Bowser and Williams and Correa and Ferguson?
Yeah.
And McPhee and Ward.
Yeah, you're right. Kruger did get paid because of us. He did. Yep. Derek Weatherly says you won't hear Horn versus other CB references because they weren't drafted top 10. Same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Absolutely. All right, I see you, E. Week 12 Browns, week 13 Pittsburgh, week 14 Browns, week 15 Green Bay. Yeah, like that's a tough way to finish out the season. That's a tough way. Andrew says I'm cautiously optimistic, like you, Jose, and Brodny. That's all I can say about Owe. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's our thing. Owe doesn't have the production, and if you're looking at athletic attributes, that 40 time doesn't mean anything. It looks good, it's impressive for sure. Doesn't mean anything at all.
Yeah, like he's a great athlete, a fantastic athlete, right? And that can enhance, any player. Like, all things being equal, you want the better athlete, but all things aren't equal because he's not as skilled as other guys.
Yeah,
and the people love to say, "Oh, you can't teach speed, you can't teach athleticism," and I always counter with most of the time you can't teach skill either.
Yeah,
not at that level.
Yeah, but look, I'm not gonna harp on this guy because people are gonna say you always hated him. You always hated him. Although I do want to point out that when me and B started this channel, we made similar comments about Des Bryant, and we got the same reaction. Just saying, I don't see any more of those comments though.
I haven't heard too many people saying they better go bring Des back.
Yeah, he's still out there. You guys want him back? I'm sure he's cheap. We can bring him back.
It doesn't mean anything during blitzes. He's not 40 yards away, man.
Yeah. What does it mean? I mean, I'm not saying it's not good. That's good, but like, what does a 4.340 mean?
Attitude. Man. That is strike one. We already answered that one. You can't be reposting old comments.
Do you have like these canned responses just queued up? You just copy and paste them in there. Add to pop. Like anytime Add to pop starts typing, that's when I know it's time to take a break and remind you guys that if you need to be heard, if you need your comment read, okay, don't keep typing it into the chat. All right, right above B, right there. $ LBHT show. Hit up our Cash App, leave your comment there, and we will read it on air.
All right, Don C. Thank you for coming through. He says, hey, everyone, take care. Great show, guys. Smash that like button.
Appreciate that, man. Thank you. Thank you. And we're going to be finishing up here soon and going to the overtime show. We'll talk more. But yeah, we'll hang out for a couple more minutes. If you guys want to talk about something real quick, just type it in the chat box. Not you, Attitude Pop.
No, Attitude. That is the same comment. I mean, I saw before you added the part about Lamar and Mahomes at the end, but I answered your question about why we keep saying that they're going to lose to the Chiefs.
Yeah. Yeah, we already explained that, man. Look, it's one of those things. It's one of those things. They're going to have to. We're going to have to show that we can beat them. Okay, we haven't shown it. It's one of those things where it gets worse and worse every time we play them. This reminds me. This was a while ago when they had a college football game when we used to watch college football, the NCAA game. I want to say it was the I can't remember which version it was. But I'm a Maryland fan. When I used to watch, I was a Maryland fan, and my sister's boyfriend at the time, right? He had the game on PlayStation, and I was over at their house, and I was getting ready to leave. We ate dinner, and I was getting ready to head out, and he was like, "Hey, you want?" See, B's laughing. He knows the story. So he's like, "Yeah, you want to play real quick?" I said, "All right, cool." So I picked Maryland. He picks whoever, and he's beating me down, and he's laughing. Right, halftime, he's up 20-0. I come back and I beat him 21-20. Right. So, Coach J Mack, what's going on? What's going on, Coach? Appreciate you coming through. So
before you get back into it, I'll read Derek's comment that Sammy Watkins gonna have a hella blocks on the Chiefs. Yeah, that he is.
So I beat him. I beat him 21-20. Right. So he's like, all right, let's run it back again. I'm like, all right, man, it's getting late. All right, we'll play it again. We played 2 more times, and the score got worse and worse. Right, it got worse and worse. By the third game, I beat him down, and I'm like, all right, I gotta head out. My sister calls me the next day, and she goes, "Hey, what'd you do to Byron?" And I'm like, "What you talking about?" She's like, "Yo, like he came to bed mad, just like cursing your name, right?" I'm like, "Yo, he challenged me. He challenged me to play NCAA." He's like, "Yeah, he wants to know when's the next time you're coming back." So it was weeks. Before I came back over there. Right, I go over there again, and now I know his pattern. And now I'm beating him by like 50 points. He's calling his friends over, and I'm beating them down. And then like they keep downgrading my team. So I went from using Maryland. In fact, it was a year we had Darius Hayward-Bay. Darius Hayward-Bay was on that team. That's the year I had him. So they're like, "Yo, you can't use Maryland anymore. You can't use any of the top 25 teams." So back then they had HBCUs on the team. So I used Bethune-Cookman, right? And I was beating them down with Bethune-Cookman, and they just could not believe it. And every time I beat them, Byron would always tell me like, "Man, like the worst part about this beatdown is I had to sit here and think about it for weeks because I don't know when you're going to come back to the house," right? But all that to say is that's us with the Chiefs. Like every time we play the Chiefs, it gets worse and worse. So we're just going to have to, they're going to have to prove it, man. I'm not going to get my hopes up until we actually do it.
Yeah. It's getting to be a complex.
Yeah. All right. Coach says Ravens winning the AFC North. I'm keeping the same energy all season because things could be worse. Yeah. Hey, I agree with you. I think they're going to win the AFC North. I think we're the best team still. Yeah, I see Coach. Eric L wants to know, will Lamar be more aggressive and speak out about calling more passing plays? I think he will be more vocal and call out for more passing plays. You know what? Yeah, I know he was doing it in practice last year, right? He said it in interviews, right? I think he wants more passing plays. I know Hollywood has spoken about it. Des spoke about it, right? I think they understand that they want a more balanced attack. So I don't know if he's going to actually call them out in the public, but I think they're definitely going to be chirping for more passing plays. And Greg Roman will attempt to. He definitely will attempt to, because there's no excuse this year. You can't use the excuse of we don't have the players and we don't have the protection and all that stuff, right? At least not yet.
Yeah, I agree that I think he's probably already doing it, just in their meetings and things like that. And I don't think that he does it publicly. I don't think that that's kind of how Lamar rolls. And typically it takes players a long time in their career before they get comfortable calling out the coaching staff of the organization publicly. I'm not real worried about Greg Roman at this point. I would prefer that they fire him, but it's more about talent than it is the coaches. And if Rashad Bateman can play and Tylan Wallace can play and Sammy Watkins decides to play, they'll be fine. Even with Greg Roman calling the plays.
Yeah. And coach says the same thing here, right? Ravens have no excuses to hide behind now that they have different coaches and new personnel who can supposedly bring stability. You're absolutely right. He says Tebow. No. Yeah, the Jags signed Tim Tebow as a tight end. I think it's a joke. Um, that's just that's some privilege for you there, boy.
Living legend saying Oway getting 6 sacks. If I win, I get LBHT headphones and hat. I've never seen somebody just create a bet on their own without consulting the other party first, but I like the confidence.
And also creating merchandise. We don't have LBHT headphones.
I was literally about to check. I'm like, I don't think that's a thing that we have.
We don't have any yet, Living Legend. Stay tuned. Stay tuned, guys. Stay tuned, okay?
Ariel saying he means call him out in private. Yeah, I think he will. I think he probably already does that to a certain extent. But yeah, I think for sure. Because he's done certain things publicly, right, to try and send that message, like going out and working out with Antonio Brown and posting it on Instagram and everything. So I think in private, yeah, I think he'll definitely make it known that he wants to throw the ball more.
I think he already has. And I know people were saying that he called him out last year in the interview. He didn't call him out. I think Lamar just speaks honestly, right? Mm-hmm. And he didn't say it with any malicious intent. I think he just answering the question. But I think they've already had those conversations behind closed doors. Like, you need to give us more, right? You need to be a little bit more complex, or a little more creative with your play calling, because they're calling the plays out there and it's pretty obvious at times. And like I said, like the plays that really upset me, one, you run Lamar way too much, but those plays when it's obvious he's going to run, and you run him.
Yeah.
Like, no, like get rid of those plays. Like, hand it to your running back. If you want to throw away a running play, it better be on your running back, not your quarterback. Free Wi-Fi is in the house. Thank you for joining the live stream. If it wasn't for COVID, we wouldn't have won 13. We would have won 13 games. If we would have snapped the ball under center against the Pats, we would have 14 wins again. I'm calling another 14-win season. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I mean, look, that's certainly not out of the question, right? I just think that they've got a lot of tough games. So, and they're, again, on offense, they're relying on a lot of really young players. And so I'm gonna say they drop a couple of those, but I do have them winning the division, though.
Yeah. Attitude Pop says, why Tebow get a job, but Kaepernick ain't? Get another chance. See how much racism is in the NFL. Well, you answered your own question.
Well, I mean, yeah, look, there is, but I don't think that's what that's about. I mean, no coach other than Urban Meyer was going to sign Tim Tebow.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. And Urban Meyer is doing what the majority of college coaches that transition to the NFL, especially successful college coaches, do. They think they can win with their guys, right? They want all their players, even though the player can't play anymore or was never really that good. They always want to surround themselves with their guys.
Mm-hmm.
So,
click one saying, you don't think the Browns are better than us? I mean, on paper they are, but I still feel like we'll be better because we outproduced them the past 3 years where they had a better roster than us. Yeah, and that's really what it comes down to. I still don't believe in Baker. I think he's good enough for them to win, for sure. He's good enough for them to go to the playoffs and even make a run. They have a great roster on paper. But when it comes down to it, and especially if you're talking about head-to-head, I'm taking the team that has Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we're talking about. And when you say better, really what we're talking about is the offense. They're not better on defense. We had the better defense. Yeah, offense, they have better weapons. Like, I definitely take Chubb and Kareem Hunt any day. But J.K. Dobbins is pretty good. Odell is a way better receiver than we have. He just hasn't been able to show it in Cleveland, and he was hurt last year. So Odell and Jarvis, yeah, I would still say they're the better wide receiving core. So all in all, and our O-line, just question marks at our O-line. Maybe this year will be better. So overall, those positions you could say are better. But when you get to the quarterback, right, I think it's not even close. Lamar is way better than Baker. He's way better. Baker had a bounce back year, but he's not on Lamar's level.
We'll give Attitude Pop the last comment because we got to get out of here and start up the overtime show, because watch Urban Meyer quit on his team in the middle of the season. And it was like, listen, Attitude, okay? It's not going to be the middle, all right? It'll be the end. He'll wait. He has he's a classy guy, right? He has some integrity. He won't quit on him until the end of the year when he figures out, this really isn't working. I want to go home.
Yeah, nobody's ever gonna pull
Bobby Petrino.
Bobby Petrino again. Like nobody's ever gonna pull that move again because Bobby Petrino is never going to coach in the NFL for what he did ever again, right? And I think I can't remember who asked it on the show before, like, hey, how come the Ravens haven't tried to reach out to Petrino to get him to work with Lamar? It's because he quit in the middle of the season as a head coach, and that's pretty much the end of his professional career. Well, NFL career, I should say. Yeah. All right, so that's it. I'm actually gonna put this ticker up this time. Thanks for watching. All right, guys.
And again, if you weren't here at the beginning of the show, I want to point out that tomorrow is Jose's birthday. So if you want to wish him a happy birthday, now's the time.
That's right. I appreciate you guys, man. Appreciate it. Yeah, Eric's wishing us happy birthday. Appreciate you, Eric. Eric, man, thank you very much, man.
Yeah.
Like we see the donations you're making. He's a patron, you know. He shows up to every live stream. I appreciate all of you guys, man, every week showing up, man. Like, thank you very much. Thank you. Like that means a lot to us. So yeah, we're going to go to the overtime show. If you want to join us, patreon.com/LBHT show. Give me a few minutes to get it set up. I'll send out the link there, and we will see you guys in a few minutes. Peace out.